Hey friends, before we get started, I want to say this up front. I understand that not everyone chooses to shop at Hobby Lobby, and I completely respect that. But for those who do, I want to keep you in the loop on a couple of important changes happening right now. First up, McCalls patterns are now just $2.99 at Hobby Lobby. That's a great price, and if you're near a store, it might be worth popping in to grab a few. At this price, they'll go fast. Now, if you haven't heard, the parent company behind McCalls and the other Big Four pattern brands was sold to a liquidator, Hilco. So the future of these patterns is kind of up in the air. I have a deep dive video on my channel with all the background and history, so definitely check that out if you want the full story. As for simplicity patterns, those are not part of this sale. They're still sitting at 30% off, which honestly isn't that exciting, at least not for me. So I'd say hold off for now. I'll keep you updated if that changes. The second thing I wanted to share, for years, Hobby Lobby ran a 40% off sale on their fabric every other week. Well, that discount is now dropped to 30%. So I asked the store manager about it, and he told me it was a corporate decision. He didn't know why, just that it came from the top. He even mentioned tariffs might be involved. Take that as you will. I'm just passing along what I was told. That said, the fabric is still reasonably priced to begin with, and 30% off every other week still gives you a decent deal. So if you don't need anything urgently, I suggest waiting for the sale week. Also, if you're curious about the other sewing tools, notions, and supplies Hobby Lobby carries, from cutting mats and rotary cutters to pins, needles, thread, buttons, yarn, I made a much more in-depth video all about that. I walk through what's worth buying, what to skip, and how to get the most for your money. So definitely check that one out if you want a full breakdown of the sewing section. You know, with everything going on lately, it really feels like the sewing world is in the middle of a big shift. Joann closed all of its stores nationwide, something I honestly never thought I'd see. For so many of us, Joann was the first place we bought fabric. It was the first place we learned about tools and patterns, and it truly was the end of an era. There's no doubt about it. Then there's the news about the Big Four pattern companies being sold off to a liquidator. McCalls, Vogue, Butterick, Simplicity. These brands shaped generations of sewers and makers and sewists, and now their future is a big question mark. Will they stay in print? Will they go digital? Will they disappear altogether? We just don't know yet. And if that wasn't enough, Michael stepped in and stepped up. They bought Joann's intellectual property, which could mean a lot of things. I expect that we will continue to see Joann branded fabric, maybe even patterns at Michael's. Who knows? I'm wondering whether or not Michael's will expand its craft and fabric sections across the country. It's all still unfolding. But here's the thing. Yes, the landscape is changing, retail is shifting, the way we access supplies, tools, and even inspiration is shifting. But one thing I know for sure is makers always find a way. We adapt, we repurpose, we build new spaces, whether that means turning to online shops, local quilt stores, or even sharing patterns and supplies in our communities. We'll keep sewing for sure. We'll keep making. Because it's not about the fabric and thread, it's truly about creativity, connection, and that deep down need to make something with our hands. And no matter what stores open or close, that's not going anywhere. I truly believe we will find a path forward, even with all this change. We've always made things work. So guys, that's it for this quick update. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like, and please turn on your notifications so you never miss an update or when I go live. Thanks for rocking with me, and as always, happy sewing. Bye-bye for now.